All right, here we go. I um I feel a tug towards comfort, a massive sense of gravity, a massive pull. Comfort kills happiness. If you don't find yourself willing to step outside of what it is that you're familiar with, you will never grow. It's just that simple. So here's where I'm at. I'm looking at what it is that I'm trying to create, right? And I'm thinking to myself, this is really different. I've never been here before. I've never been in this space of creation or awareness before. And so based on that, I was talking to my sweetheart. I don't remember when it was, but I was talking to her about it, about how like I've never created what it is that I'm creating now. I've never been in this space of awareness that I'm in now. And it's strange because like I shared a quote with her that I've heard said differently before, and that quote is what you're used to will use you. And it's true. We are creatures of habit, and we are on autopilot. Whatever we don't change, not only are we choosing, but it's making our lives what our lives are. That's just the reality of it. So I'm looking at my pursuit or pursuits in terms of what I'm creating. Um, I don't have a lane to stay in, and I'm not going to. I've been told many times throughout my life by different people, pick one thing and stick with it. Nope, not who I am, not what I'm willing to do. So here I am looking at the way that I'm approaching everything, and I feel a sense of pain. And I guess that you could refer to the idea, that like okay, like you're going to feel pain when you're doing something that you're not comfortable with. But there's a difference between comfort that is helping you grow and comfort that is not good for you. I mean, yeah, obviously. But I feel this tug towards comfort. I feel a very profound tug towards comfort, and it makes me look back on everything, you know, more so about 10, 15 years ago. And it's really interesting to be here because I've never been here before. And I'm realizing now, like, I don't have to create what I'm creating. Like, nobody has to. Like Elon Musk, he doesn't have to venture to bring us to Mars. Like, he doesn't. It's fucking cool that he is because it creates meaning and it creates, potential and, wonder and curiosity. Maybe we are meant to be a multi-planetary species. Maybe we are. I don't know, but he has decided to pursue that route. If he didn't, the world would look totally different. If I don't know, it's interesting. They're like when you look at paths, when you look at things that have been created, it's crazy because like there are things that I'm doing now that like I'm not used to, and it's like oh okay, so this is different. And believe me when I say it, the brain does not like change. The brain is actually wired for the opposite of change. It is wired for comfort. It is wired for like okay, experience. Okay, pattern. Here is habit. And what it's not like is like yeah, but basically what the brain says is don't do things differently. Just keep it the same. Don't do things different. But then of course in psychology there is the adaptation response. So, something or a stimulus changes, right? And at that point, um, you're going to adapt because that's just the way that it works. A stimulus changes, and then based on your response or your reaction to it, you're going to change in some way, shape, or form. And so, things that are being created. When you want to create something in life, when you actually realize that you want to create something in life, when I'm talking about creating something, I mean like something that's bigger than you, like a mission, a project. um, life becomes more manual. When I say that, I mean that prior to that, it was very automatic. And automatic because it's like, okay, like you're just doing based on what you're used to. Again, what you're used to will use you. And if you don't change that stuff up, it's just going to keep being the same thing. So I'm looking at my pursuit now. A lot of things in my life over the past year have changed like crazy. The way that I approach my pursuits, the way that I approach what I'm trying to create and everything. And it's very interesting to see how, like, human pain is a very interesting thing. Because it comes in many different shapes. It comes in many different forms, all that stuff. Many different sizes. And I'm looking at it from the sense that it's like, okay, the level of pain that is experienced due to discomfort, due to a change in you're going to do this instead of that, you're not going to do that anymore. We definitely become addicted to our lifestyles. We become addicted to the comfort within our lifestyles. And if you dive too much into that, you're going to... Tom Bilyeu actually said it really well. He said, if you dive too much into that, you'll calcify. If you allow yourself to think to literally, that's it, that saying right there. If you allow yourself to think if you allow yourself to think then you're going to calcify. Your thoughts are going to calcify into dogma. They're going to become brittle, and then they're going to break. That's just the way that it works. And it's really important to understand this because, like, say for instance, the way that I could approach my coaching, right? My life coaching is like, okay, I could say I think I know everything that there is to know about cognitive, behavioral, and spiritual life coaching, right? What if, obviously this very much is the matter, but what if there's a piece of information out there that I don't know, that if I did know, it would take my performance from, 8 to 10. Like, it's just like, it's interesting. And so striving to have the, I don't know, the hunger to always be willing to, push beyond what you're familiar with is fucking key. So like, I'm sitting with this tug of like, no, come on, you're used to this. No, come on, you're used to that. Like, don't give up that and this. That this isn't going to go anywhere. It's not going to be successful. Of course, obviously, ants, automatic negative thoughts. Based on, of course, conditioning and upbringing and all that stuff. But like, I'm looking at that and I'm like, I planted seeds 10 years ago, right? That are manifesting now, or that, that have sprouted and are showing signs of, real shit, basically. And so when I listen to this voice that's like, comfort, I'm like, no, not happening. I am not willing to settle when I can rip myself the fuck open right now and do some serious fucking work. And then, that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. We are creatures of habit. We're either creating really great habits for ourselves, or we're just sitting inside of comfort that is going to kill us. And when I say kill us, I don't just mean kill our happiness, but I mean like also like, I don't really mean the matter, like, well, of course, like, kill you in the sense, like, it'll take your life away, but at the same time, like, awareness is what it comes down to. If you are either aware of yourself or you're not. You're either, I mean, yes, you can be, like, in between and stuff, but you're also either aware of what it is that you need or you're not. If you are aware of what you need, you're in a really good fucking place. If you're doing something about it, you are in an even better place. If you're not aware of what you need to figure the fuck out what it is that you need. And if you don't know what you need to do to figure out what it is that you need, then you need to start, searching. We're curious fucking creatures, I believe in part the very reason, I can't say the very reason, I believe that in part Elon Musk is trying to get us to Mars. Some people believe that he's a Martian. Anyway, it's funny. I believe that, he's in the pursuit of that because of curiosity. It is a matter of curiosity. Like okay, like I have lived my life the way that I've lived it for the past, I don't know, 25 years, from the point that I was conscious and everything. And so, like, I look at it and I think to myself, okay, well, I'm curious to see what things would be like if I create something for myself. Could I go, just take the easy path and do this and do that and, wake up to a 9-to-5 working for someone? Yeah, of course I could. Of course I could. But what's more interesting to me is actualizing my potential and seeing that unfold in front of my eyes, Because if this life is all that I have absolutely zero interest in settling. And to me, that's what's most important. That's what I value the most. Self-actualization is fucking cool to me. And it's actually cool because that, to me, corresponds with authenticity. And what's interesting is that early to mid last year, my sweetheart and I were having a conversation about values and stuff. And she brought it to my attention that I value authenticity above everything, even family. And that's just the reason why I live life the way that I do. Yeah.